back to my channel. I am back with this week's Teen Mom Recap. Before I get started with this week's video, I would love it if you would go ahead and subscribe to my channel because I post new videos every single week about the newest episode of Teen Mom the Next Chapter. If that's something you'd want to watch, go ahead and subscribe. And anyway, let's go ahead and get started with this week's video. So Ryan's parents have a height chart for seeing how tall Bentley has grown, and they make another marking for his 16th birthday. They apparently did the same thing for Ryan in that very same spot in their house. Oh wow, Bentley, you're even taller than Ryan was at your age. But as I'm looking at Ryan's height chart, I'm seeing the years go up to like 2008, possibly even beyond that. Ryan was born in 1988, okay? 2008, he would have been 20. This man was 20 years old, still living with mommy and daddy full time, still doing a height chart. That is a grown-ass man. And you're not getting any taller at 20. I'm sorry, short men. You could stop measuring at about like 18. I knew this short guy once who was like still measuring himself when he was like age 22. It's like, it's not happening for you, my dude. Macy tells Bentley, you know, I moved out at 16. Could you imagine moving out? No. And then MTV painstakingly shows almost every single one of Bentley's old birthdays that they filmed as flashback footage. And at first I was like, aww. But then they kept going and going and going. And I'm like, oh, they're actually showing like every single birthday. Tell me that you're trying to fill up the airtime without telling me. Tyler comes in and asks Caitlin what she's doing. Oh, I'm just fixing my nails. Girl, let me help. Can we do mine too? No, I'm just kidding. He doesn't say that. But tell me you can't picture it. He says Raya is going to school. I'm guessing preschool since she's only 3, but they keep just calling it school. It's bringing up memories for Tyler. My dad wasn't there for my first days of school. He uses and then gets back into his prison character and he's not emotionally involved. We haven't seen Butch in 5 years. He hasn't even met Raya. Maybe we should reach out to him. McKenzie talks to her dad about Gannon's blowjob texts. She literally says that, just to humiliate him further. Her dad says, I think it's wrong to talk to your kids too much about sex like that. Wait until they're like 16. Dad, that was too late for me. I was already pregnant at 16. Casanio flat out asks McKenzie, has Gannon had sex? No, he hasn't, but I still want to talk with him. This is so awful. Can we not, like, check up on Josh? See how he's doing? I'd love to dig into that dynamic more than a 7th grader's sex talk. Like, it's just gross that they're making this a storyline. Gary and Tyler FaceTime each other. Gary says Leah's going through a lot right now with her mom coming in and out of her life. Later, Leah says, you know, my friend messaged me. She asked me, are you on TV? I saw clips of you on TikTok. You know, there's like an MTV producer in the background like, yo, can you send us those TikTok clips so we can copyright claim them? Viacom loves copyright claiming shit. Anyway, it's weird when I see a lot of old clips of myself. There's ones from when I was like 2 years old and Amber is always just screaming at you and then you leave. It's kind of painful to watch. She would just leave the room with me in it. I think I have issues because of Amber. Gary says, no joke, I wish I would have done more. Just took you and left instantly. I'm mad that I stayed that long. It's okay. I don't remember it. But maybe that's a trauma thing. Your brain shuts off the bad stuff. While yes, that is a thing that happened, you also have to remember that Leah was like 3 to 4 years old at the time Amber was at her worst. And then Amber went to jail around like, what, 2012, 2013? So she was just flat out gone for a while. At age 3 and 4, when Leah had the most bad times with Amber, your brain just can't really fully form memories yet. Gary suggests maybe you should go to therapy. Yeah, I want to learn how to forgive her and move on. I need a guide on how to do that because it's hard for me. I don't know when I realized Amber wasn't there, but I do have abandonment issues. She has things going on that makes it hard for her to be there for me, and now I'm scared that Christina is going to leave me. Which is really sad. Like, we know Christina's amazing and she's never going to leave her, but after all she went through with Amber and seeing it pop back up, I mean, talk about a full circle moment. I'm kind of surprised that it took this long because those clips have been going around for years. And I wonder what the other kids think of it too. Like, Jace certainly sees a lot more clips than any of the other kids. I wonder how he feels about that. McKenzie gets to work at her cheer coach job, and when she walks in, she says, party's here. A callback to another show that started off amazing and has since completely jumped the shark. She's talking to another coach, and she says, so you know how Gannon dated your daughter, Chloe? And then they broke up, and I have all these teen girls at my house because of cheer, and they all talk to me about Gannon. Chloe came up to me and she was upset. She says Gannon wants to date one of her best friends. I am basically raising Josh. Gannon knows more than I thought. He tries to be cool, breaking these girls' hearts. I'm gonna have to have a talk with him. Kate and Tyler bring Raya to preschool, and Tyler is in tears. He says, my dad was younger than me when he had me and my sister, and he had half the resources. I feel like I just need to reach out to him. I'm not gonna ask him if he's using drugs again. That's too much drama. I'll just feel him out, because I can tell in a minute if he's using. Kate's worried. She says, what if he comes and the kids get close to him and then he disappears? They'll feel abandoned. Tyler thinks about this, but he still thinks it's better for them to at least get to know him. Gannon is using a VR headset, desperately trying to escape the grim reality of an on-camera sex talk. Unfortunately, this is not Spy Kids 3D, and he cannot become a part of the video game. McKenzie brings him back to reality by asking him if he has hairy armpits, which is a great segue into the conversation. She says, so, I've heard you've been breaking girls' hearts. That's not very cool. You know, I wish my mom had a sex talk with me. Why are you so uncomfortable right now? Maybe because he's doing the talk with a full camera crew? You know his little group chat is gonna send him clips of this once it airs. Did your dad talk with you about this stuff? Yeah, he told me about the birds and bees a long time ago. What did he tell you? Well, he told me whenever he lost his virginity. Are you more comfortable talking with your dad about this stuff? Yes, girls just don't get it. Plus, I'm already a dad. See, I'm hatching these chicks. See, he is a chick magnet, just in a different way than McKenzie was thinking. McKenzie says, I thought I beat his dad to that talk. Maybe I should have done this before middle school. Ah, yes, just humiliate him at an even earlier age, instead of just asking Josh if they had the talk. Which just makes me wonder so much about Mackenzie and Josh's dynamic. I know it's not good, but like, why don't they talk about that? Is Josh refusing the film? I can definitely see that being the case, seeing as he was very introverted and always hated filming. But it's like they barely talk about him at all. Not even to give context as to where he is or why he's not around. Gary takes Leah to therapy. He says Amber doesn't need to be brought into it. Leah doesn't want her in on the therapy, actually. And Leah asks Gary if he can walk in with her, and he does. Afterwards, he tells Christina she didn't talk too much about the therapy, and I didn't want to pry as to what she talked about. Christina says, she did text me a few things that happened, and I just told her that I'm here for you. Do you think that Leah and Amber should do therapy together? No. It's like you're giving up on someone who's already given up on you, and she doesn't want to allow herself to be hurt. Good luck for Amber if she goes to court demanding to see Leah. Christina says that Leah said if she was forced to see Amber, she would run away. Roasted to a crisp. Tyler asks Nova if she remembers Grandpa Butch at all. No, I don't actually, sorry. What's he like? Well, he went to prison a lot. Why? He has an addiction. Well then, it's not really his fault. If he didn't have a disease, he wouldn't do that. I agree, actually. But we might want to meet up again soon, so let's take a picture for him. And they send a nice, cute family picture as a text to Butch and a text to him trying to initiate conversation again. Bentley has his glow-in-the-dark golf party. Taylor pulls him to the side and says, hey, help me unload these golf clubs. But really, everyone yells, surprise, and they give Bentley his brand new car. Or his used car that looks brand new. They ask him, were you surprised? Yeah. And I believe it's Jen who says, wow, Bentley sure is a man of few words. I wonder where that came from. Yeah, I can't imagine why. At least he's coherent, unlike Daddy. Bentley hugs everyone and thanks them, and he does seem very happy about it. He just doesn't say too much. And we can respect that. Macy says, I hope he continues to have years to be selfish. I didn't get those years of selfishness when I became a teen mom. And that is all for this episode of Teen Mom the Next Chapter. What do we think of Kate and Tyler reuniting with Butch? Do we think that's a good idea? Do we think that they're foreshadowing Amber trying to get a court order to see Leah? Because I kind of heard a little bit of that in there, and hopefully that does not happen. Make sure to leave a comment down below, and make sure to subscribe for more Teen Mom recaps every week.